In the grand tapestry of kingdoms and dynasties, there are figures born to rule, and then there are those who must seize their destiny with both hands, even if it means tearing that tapestry apart. Today, we delve into the story of one such man, a prince whose name became synonymous with rebellion, ambition, and the tragic fury of a brother scorned. This is the story of Prince Ogun. To look upon Ogun was to see the very embodiment of a warrior. His build was powerful, honed by countless hours in the training yard, his muscles like forged steel beneath his traditional warrior attire. But it was his face that told the real story. Pride was etched into the sharp lines of his jaw, but a deep, simmering resentment burned in his eyes, a fire that could never quite be extinguished. He was the second son, the spare, the shadow, and he was tired of living in it. Ogun's ambition was a raging inferno. From a young age, he watched his older brother, the crown prince, receive the adulation of the court, the guidance of the elders, and the promise of the throne. While his brother learned the delicate art of diplomacy, Ogun learned the brutal language of the sword. He didn't just want the crown. He believed he was more deserving of it. He saw his brother's thoughtful nature as weakness, his caution as cowardice. Ogun believed the kingdom needed a fist, not an open hand, and he was convinced his fist was the strongest. This conviction made him incredibly charismatic. He spoke with a passion that swayed the doubtful and a confidence that inspired loyalty. Soldiers and younger nobles, those who felt overlooked by the old guard, flocked to his side. They saw in him a leader who was not afraid to act, a man of strength and decisive will. When Ogun spoke of glory, of a stronger kingdom, his words were like sparks landing on dry tinder. He could ignite a room with a single speech, painting a future so vivid and compelling that men would be willing to die for it. But beneath this charismatic surface lay a dangerous impatience. Ogun wanted everything, and he wanted it now. He had no time for the slow, grinding wheels of tradition or the careful considerations of the royal council. Why wait for destiny to anoint you when you could take it by force? This impatience made him a brilliant tactician in the heat of the moment, but a poor strategist in the long game. He often acted on impulse, his hot-tempered nature leading him to make rash decisions that alienated potential allies and created unnecessary enemies. A perceived slight, a minor disagreement, anything could set him off, his anger a sudden, violent storm. Perhaps his greatest flaw was how easily threatened he felt, especially by his own brother. Every piece of praise his brother received felt like a personal insult to Ogun. Every success the Crown Prince achieved was, in Ogun's eyes, a reminder of his own secondary status. He was constantly comparing himself, forever measuring his own worth against his brother's, and always finding himself coming up short in the eyes of the world, if not in his own. This deep-seated insecurity was the true poison in his heart. It twisted his love for his kingdom into a possessive hunger, and his brotherly rivalry into a deadly obsession. The breaking point was inevitable. It came not as a single snap, but as a series of cracks that finally shattered the foundation of the royal family. A whisper of dissent, a strategic military appointment given to his brother, a public celebration where he felt sidelined each was a fresh wound to his pride. He saw conspiracies in every shadow and insults in every polite smile. The resentment that had simmered for years finally boiled over, gathering his loyal followers, the soldiers who revered his strength and the nobles who craved the power he promised. Ogun made his move. He declared his brother unfit to rule. A weak heir who would lead the kingdom to ruin, he presented himself as the true savior, the strong arm the nation desperately needed. His charisma was at its peak, his words a potent blend of righteous indignation and glorious promises. He didn't just challenge his brother. He challenged the very concept of a destiny he refused to accept, and so the civil war began. The conflict ignited by Ogun was not just a clash of armies, but a clash of ideals. It was the impulsive fire against the patient earth, the warrior against the diplomat, the brother against the brother. Ogun, in his quest to forge his own destiny, set his own kingdom ablaze. He became the central figure in a tragedy of his own making, a powerful, charismatic, yet deeply flawed prince who chose to burn down the house he was born in, simply because he was not allowed to sit at its head. His story serves as a timeless, harrowing reminder that the most dangerous wars are often the ones that begin within a family, fueled by the destructive power of ambition and a pride that knows no bounds. Prince Ogun, the man who would be king, instead became the architect of his nation's greatest sorrow, a warrior forever defined by the war he started and the crown he could never truly win. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the character of Prince Ogun. If you enjoy exploring complex characters and epic stories like this, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.